This is the day we've been waiting for.
This is the day that we've worked for,
studied for,
practiced for,
prayed for,
fought for. 1,000 moments have led to this day.
exams, projects,
service, late nights, and early mornings,
concerts, games,
coffee, lots of coffee.
And 1,000 more will come from it.
Careers, friendship,
Adventures across the globe.
Triumphs, challenges,
The chance to make a difference.
This is the day we start something new.
empowered by the things we found here.
Community, faith, inspiration, pride.
a world-class education.
to create an impact.
In Chicago and beyond.
In ways big and small that make the world a better place.
This is the day we've dreamed of.
This is the day.
Our day.
Today,
This is the day we've envisioned.
It's here.
Now let's go forth and set the world on fire.
Honored guests and celebrants, may we have your attention, please, so we can begin this ceremony. Please draw your attention to the processional of faculty, administration, and President's Party members. Please welcome Margaret Callahan, Provost and Chief Academic Officer for Loyola University Chicago, who serves as your Master of Ceremonies for today's program.
President Reed, Dean Morato, Dean Marley, members of the Board of Trustees, officers of the university, deans and vice presidents, guests of honor, members of the faculty, candidates for graduation, and their family and friends. Welcome to the 153rd Annual Commencement of Loyola University Chicago for the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health and the School of Social Work. As we begin, I'd like to draw your attention to the university's land acknowledgement statement on the inside cover of your program, honoring the heritage of the grounds we walk. Now, will everyone who is able please stand as the Loyola Wind Ensemble plays the national anthem. We ask that you remain standing until after the invocation by Father Dr. David DeMarco of the Society of Jesus, Assistant Professor and University Chaplain.
In the silence of our hearts, we pray. Good, gracious, and loving God, the infinite horizon of our lives, as we gather to mark this moment of accomplishment, we lift up to you all those who graduate this day. Amidst their obvious excitement, may they lean back into the experiences through which you delivered them to this remarkable threshold. May they remember the generous guidance of their mentors, those who reached out to them with cura personalis. May they remember their many graced encounters with colleagues, classmates, and clients, those moments through which you shaped their hearts for generous service. May they remember how they have grown amidst their studies. May they remember may they remember. Good and loving God, God of compassion and justice, for the many experiences that have shaped those who will graduate this day, we give you thanks. And we ask that you send down your most Holy Spirit upon them all. Bless them to be inspiring leaders. Bless them to be creative spirits. Bless them to go forth into the rest of their amazing lives. Bless them abundantly. Bless them. We make this prayer in your most blessed and holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Father Dr. DeMarco. Will everyone please be seated? It is now my pleasure to present Dr. Elaine Morato, Founding Dean of the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health.
Thank you. What a glorious day it is. On behalf of all of the faculty and staff here with me, let me extend a heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2023. What unites us at the Parkinson School is our belief that access to good health is a fundamental human right. You are each called to be society's next generation of problem solvers and persons for others who help us improve the health of individuals, communities, and the systems of care that we serve. Last week, the World Health Organization lifted its global public health emergency for COVID-19, and this week, state and federal declarations will also end in the United States. Scientists tell us that we will try to forget many of the memories of this time in order to protect ourselves from the collective trauma that we've been processing together over the last 3 years. But we mustn't forget this historic time and the hard-fought lessons it has taught us about the power of coming together in order to solve complex and difficult health problems that our society faces. And the reality of the bright light it also shone on the health disparities we must address here in the United States. We need each and every one of you in your entrepreneurial energy now more than ever, not only to address the direct health effects of the pandemic and build more resilient health systems and communities, but also to address the indirect health benefits that have affected our mental wellness and the social fabric of our nation. And in addition, we must also fight against health disinformation and rebuild trust in science. We know that your college experience was also disrupted by the pandemic. But the fact that you are here today, walking across this stage, is a testament to your personal perseverance and resiliency. So we hope that you go forth and be the health sciences and public health leaders of tomorrow, starting today, that you continue to make us Parkinson proud, and society is counting on each and every one of you and the work that you will be doing. Congratulations to one and all, and God bless. I would now like to present Dr. James Marley, the Interim Dean of the School of Social Work.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we gather to recognize and honor the social work graduates of 2023. And to you all, our newest alumni, I say welcome and congratulations. Today we recognize your accomplishments as members of the graduating class of 2023 as you move beyond your student status, embarking on diverse careers in social work practice, policy, advocacy, and education. Throughout your time with us, we have all had to be resilient, patient, and brave while we faced many challenges within our community, our country, and our world. With this uncertainty, we can sometimes find it hard to be true to our profession's 6 core tenets: service, social justice, dignity and worth of the person, importance of human relationships, integrity, and competence. And you, all of us, have persevered through it all. You have been resilient. We have journeyed with each other as companions, as peers, as mentors and mentees, as a family. We are prepared to go forth with love and care so that we can serve with grace and hope the many left voiceless and disenfranchised. Graduates, the faculty, staff, and administrators at the School of Social Work are so very proud of you all. We cannot wait to see you blossom in your chosen vocation to be that person for others. Congratulations, class of 2023. All the best for an amazing and fulfilling career of service to others. We are proud to call you colleagues as you join us in this most challenging and rewarding profession. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dean Morato and Dean Marley. With pleasure, I now present Maya Rotman, candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Public Health, who will offer some remarks on behalf of the students of the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health.
Thank you. As I reflected upon my experience at Loyola and planned today's speech, I thought, WWMRD, what would Mr. Rogers do? For those unfamiliar with him, he was the host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The iconic theme song, Won't You Be My Neighbor, brings about nostalgic feelings and a sense of security, warmth, and togetherness for me, my family, and families around the world. This song, which emphasizes shared kindness and friendship, parallels the notions of community and accompaniment embodied throughout our education. Accompaniment, a concept in liberation theology and an integral practice of community health, is the selfless support one individual provides to another. It is the culmination of magis and cura personalis, the Jesuit principles of doing more and caring for the whole person. It is our neighbors, the people who surround us, that accompany us in our journey. Without those that accompany us and those that we accompany, we would not be the incredible individuals present here today. I acknowledge the unique resilience of this graduating class. For many of us, just as we acclimated to the transition to college 4 years ago, we had a little over a semester on campus before being sent home, away from new friends and opportunities. I encourage you to look around this room at the graduates. They've gone beyond perseverance. They have flourished. We accompanied each other along this challenging path, and we couldn't have done it without one another. This philosophy of relational personhood, core to Jesuit and social justice values, that we are who we are because of each other and our communities, is central to our Loyola experience. We've learned a lot, and your diploma is proof of that. While we probably won't remember the lecture slides poured over the midnight before an exam, we take away the memories of coffee breaks in the IC, laughing with friends on the quad, and finding lifelong mentors. This may be the closing of a chapter, but your journey doesn't end here. We have become a close-knit family, and no matter where life takes you, you are always a rambler. As Dr. Paul Farmer said, may the idea of accompaniment go with you on your own journeys wherever they may lead. And don't forget to thank your friends and neighbors along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. I would now like to introduce Megan Japsik, candidate for the degree of Master of Social Work, who will offer some remarks on behalf of the entire student community of the School of Social Work.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am incredibly honored to be able to walk amongst you today. I stand here before you as a first-generation student, a Filipino Polish American, a woman of color, a daughter of an immigrant, a therapist, a cat mom, a fellow peer, your future colleague, and a social worker. Growing up, a social worker was not on my list of potential future careers. I actually didn't know what a social worker was until college. Part of that being because I am first generation and my culture does not talk about mental health often. But the fact is, I did not have to know what a social worker was because I was not in the foster care system. I didn't have to talk to one for an illness or a death in my family. I did not experience homelessness or food insecurity. Nor did I see one while I was in grade school. But looking back, I probably should have. This list is not exhaustive, but those are the many facets of being a social worker. And maybe what I said resonated with some of you because of your lived experiences, in which case you know how important our work is and the impact it can create. Even so, it is important to recognize where you came from and understand how these factors can shape the way you approach the profession. So why did I become a social worker? I wanted to see more representation of those who looked like me, talked like me, and grew up like me. Those who understood me. Being at Loyola for my undergrad, I was able to connect with my culture through being involved in culturally based organizations on campus, where I learned that I was not alone in my experiences, and that many of my peers of color struggled with mental health, belongingness, financial literacy, and having access to services at a predominantly white school. These experiences motivated me to want to close the gap on low retention rates so that these students get the same chance to cross the stage, rather than just being another college dropout statistic that disregarded their circumstances. It was during my internship with Columbia College Chicago, which reaffirmed my resolve in dedicating my life to serving these students through working with many populations and settings. You still might be in the midst of finding your passion, but know that moment will come. With that, there have been many people in my life who have helped me get here, and if I did not see my parents work as hard as they did growing up, I would not have made it through 6 years of schooling. Both being from low-income families, I saw the sweat and tears that paved the way for me and my brother. This narrative is similar to those students I've worked with, and probably resonates with some of you. In addition, the perseverance and resilience of my community is what motivates me to challenge my community and challenge their doubts on continuing in a system that was not made for them. Loyola's core Jesuit values have taught me to incorporate cura personalis, care for the whole person, and magis, meaning more, into my life and especially my career. As we know, this field is not easy, and there will be many obstacles that we will have to face. As social workers, we will need to be proactive and mentally prepare ourselves as we face long hours, overnight shifts, on-call weekends, writer's block, fights for funding, and some interesting home visits. It is in our nature to give good advice and advocate about self-care, but how often do we take our own advice and advocate for ourselves in the workplace? Cura personalis apply to not just others, but ourselves as well. If we are not our best selves, it is going to be very difficult to expect our clients to be. I want to hold you and myself accountable, because in this field, you will most likely be working with people who have less than you. Because what I do know is that just being able to walk the stage is a privilege among itself. Do the work and do it well. We are not here for ourselves, but we do it for our community, current or future kids, and the generations yet to come. We do it for equity, justice, and social change. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. It is now my pleasure to welcome back Dean Marley, who will introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Thomas.
Dr. Johnny Thomas is the superintendent for Rich Township High School District 227 in Madison, Illinois. As an education executive, author, and international public speaker, Dr. Thomas is a thought leader and professional development facilitator in the fields of equity, differentiated education, crisis intervention, and advocacy for young men of color to help them overcome obstacles to success. Dr. Thomas earned his Master's of Social Work degree from Loyola University Chicago, and later his doctorate in educational leadership. He began his career as a school social worker in the Chicago Public Schools, then worked in various large local school districts, and has been serving as superintendent at Rich Township since 2017. Throughout his career in education and public service, Dr. Thomas has been recognized for his collaborative and community-focused approach to leadership. Dr. Thomas is currently the president of the Superintendent's Commission for the Study of Demographics and Diversity. He has served on the advisory board as an advisory board member of the Loyola University Chicago School of Education and on the boards for McHenry County Big Brothers Big Sisters and Speed Cooperative. He is currently the membership chair for the Illinois Association of School Administrators South Suburban Chapter. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Thomas.
Greetings. I'm humbled and honored to have this opportunity to be with you today. I would like to take a moment to thank Loyola President Dr. Mark Reed, Provost Dr. Margaret Callahan, Interim Dean Dr. James Marley, and Dean Elaine Morato. I'd also like to thank the Loyola faculty and staff for all the love, energy, and knowledge sharing you have poured into the class of 2023. Let's give the staff a round of applause. Walking in, I had the opportunity to fight for parking, dodge picture takers, and dry some tears. Let's give a warm welcome and a huge thank you to all the family and the friends that are here today. Most importantly, can we give the graduating class of 2023 an applause on accomplishing another milestone achievement in their lives? I'm so grateful to my alma mater for allowing me to speak for the next 2 hours. You guys are laughing too hard at that. I'm just kidding. However, I am thankful for the opportunity to speak to the next generation of social workers, health scientists, and public health professionals. Moreover, I want to push how you think about these professions a little bit further. You see, I had the opportunity to sit right where you are, listening to some weird dude pontificate. Yes, Loyola taught me that word, pontificate, about what has been taught to me and how I was going to move on in the next phase of my life. And yes, my next thought was I wished he would hurry up because I have dinner plans with my family. But please give me a few minutes to discuss a few points I have wished someone would have shared with me. I will boil them down to 3 things, and yes, when I get to the 3rd thing, you can start to get excited. The degree you are about to accept and walk out that door comes with a great responsibility. And I know some of the parents in the audience is thinking, yes, a job. But I want you to think bigger than just a job. You have been called to these professions. You've been chosen by a higher power to heal the communities you will serve. In my mind, you all are the next generation of angels getting ready to battle some of the most challenging issues of our time. I'm asking you to remember 3 simple things. The 3 things are: never forget your purpose, be resilient in the work and your life, and always remember to pay it forward. It is so easy to forget your purpose. When I was an elementary student at Beaubien Elementary School in the north side of Chicago, I spent 3 years in 5th grade. That's another story for another time. But the damage done to my confidence was catastrophic. Spiritually, I was lost. Mentally and physically, I was beaten down by peers who had little empathy for what I was going through. But the most disheartening was the treatment of the degreed professionals, or lost angels, charged with building me up. But always, in every struggle, at the right time, through divine purpose, someone just like each of you comes and wraps their arms around the individual when they're needed the most. My person, Mary Schertler, a teacher, a public servant leader, understood her role as both a teacher and a healer. If not for her, I do not think I would be standing in front of you today. The love and care poured into me by a person who did not have to, who had no responsibility to me, no connection to me, rekindled a flame in me. You see, if someone could build me up, I dreamed of doing the same thing for others. Later in my journey, as a DCFS worker, my passion and purpose wavered again. I no longer wanted to serve children who were being beat down by our society, but I ran into a beautiful person, Mrs. Phipps. You see, I had 2 children on my caseload suffering from severe abuse and deep psychological trauma. One of the brothers would smear feces on the wall all over the house. The other would act out on his sexual abuse on others. And I could not find a stable home for any of these children. Part of my job, the difficult part, was I was given this responsibility to care for them, but I couldn't. I took them from foster home to foster home, with my purpose being challenged at every step. Finally, I ended up at the home of Mrs. Phipps. Mrs. Phipps was a humble, elderly lady living with her elderly husband on the west side of Chicago. In my mind, there was no possible way. I made this up in my mind, that she could care for these 2 very difficult children. Arriving at the home, I had a huge binder, and that binder told their life story. And every time I went to place a child, I sat down with that foster parent and went through that binder so they knew who they were getting. I began to open up that binder, and Mrs. Phipps touched my hand, and she said, "Mr. Thomas, there's no need. These are good boys. I don't need to know anything in that folder. They will be fine here." I paused for a second because I was horrified. I thought I was setting everybody up for failure. We signed the guardianship paperwork. I turned them over to the family, and I stood on the porch for 30 minutes waiting for them to come running out. They never came out. I sat in my car for another 30 minutes waiting for them to come out, and they never came out. So I decided to leave. 2 weeks later, I returned to the home to complete my mandatory home visit. Mrs. Phipps, in her sweet southern dialect, said, "Mr. Thomas, this boy over here, he smeared some stuff on the walls. I'll make him clean it up." And this boy over here, he pulls on the kids sometimes. But these are two beautiful boys, and they deserve our love, our care, and our compassion. And we are going to be fine. I was shocked. But at least for 2 weeks, these boys were in a stable home. I resigned from DCFS because I doubted the amount of impact I was having on children. 8 years later, I was sitting in a barbershop on the west side of Chicago, and this 6-foot, 180-pound young man approached me and said, "Are you Mr. Thomas?" I said, "Yes." "Where do I know you from?" Because he really looked familiar to me. The boy said, "You dropped me and my brother off at Mrs. Phipps' house about 8 years ago." I was shocked. I said, "You're still with Mrs. Phipps?" He said, "Yes. She adopted us." I asked him, "What are you doing now?" He said, "I'm enrolled at UIC this fall as a freshman." "What about your brother?" He's at Whitney Young Magnet School and has been accepted into college next year. You see, Mrs. Phipps saved their lives, but nobody knows that story. You all are going to save people's lives in your own individual way, and few will recognize that part. Oprah Winfrey said, "There is no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your calling. It is why you were born and how you become truly most alive." Class of 2023, you were called to this time and to this place and were given the heart to serve others. For me, it has been liberating to my soul to know my purpose, because every day has tremendous meaning for me. Knowing your purpose will keep you grounded, but resiliency will be what you need to carry your career forward. The professions you have chosen will be extremely rewarding, just not in huge sums of cash. You will be rewarded for saving lives, providing therapy, making sure we're eating healthy foods, working in our diverse communities, being leaders, setting policy, and working collaboratively with others. Please, I ask you to remember the foundation Loyola has established for you as a person and a professional, which is working with diverse communities, seeking God in all things, and working to expand knowledge in the service of humanity through learning, justice, and faith. If you believe in this work, you spent 4 years, in my case 5 years, perfecting it here at Loyola. But you will have to be resilient as a person and a professional. In my battle to provide equitable education for all children, I have been attacked, my family and my friends have been attacked, as well as my character and my finances. But remember, I know my purpose. I have the inner belief that I'm serving a higher power. And I know that as long as I'm doing God's work, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Now, that doesn't mean those weapons don't hurt. They hurt, and sometimes they take weeks or months to recover from. But you will recover, because you are vital to the greater society and serving a higher purpose. Poet and author Maya Angelou once said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I can refuse to be reduced by it." By being resilient, you will be able to see the complex problems of the world with a refined lens because you have been through something. You will be able to solve problems and understand how to put things in place that advance your profession. And know this, you will fail. But always remember, the word fail, F-A-I-L, means your first attempt in learning. In the end, you will be successful if you stay the course. Don't let circumstances chase you away from your dreams. Finally, and yes, finally, I promise. In order to rejuvenate yourself, you have to take care of yourself every day. All of your energy will be given in the service of others. Find your happy space. Take time to celebrate your successes. But most importantly, you need to pay it forward. Remember to donate your time and serve your community outside of what is required of you. The School of Social Work and the School of Health Sciences and Public Health creates healers of our society. Professionals charged with loving the lost, building up the weak, and creating policies that will strengthen our communities. St. Ignatius of Loyola said, "Love ought show itself in deeds more than words." He also said, "Go forth and set the world on fire." Class of 2023, like so many of us alumni, go and lead an extraordinary life. I'm excited to watch you blaze new paths in our society, and I can't wait to see what you will do to give hope to the hopeless. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, for your thoughtful and truly inspiring words. Thank you. The candidates for master's degrees from the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health will now be presented. Elaine Morato, Dean of the Parkinson School, will make the recommendations to the President, who in turn will confer the degrees. I would like to invite President Reed and Dean Morato to the center podium.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health please rise? President Reed. President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degrees Master of Public Health, Healthcare Administration, Clinical Research Methods and Epidemiology, Dietetics, Exercise Science, Health Informatics and Data Science, and Medical Laboratory Science. The candidates have fulfilled all of the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of our university, I hereby confer upon you the master's degrees for which you have been recommended. And as a sign of your new academic status, please don your hoods and congratulations.
The candidates for all master's degrees from the Parkinson School will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Dr. Joanne Kuba, Department Chair and Associate Professor, Applied Health Sciences for the Parkinson School, will read the names of the candidates. Candidates who have not yet been taken out of their rows may be seated again. Guests, please remain in your seats and hold your applause until all the degree groups have been recognized so that each graduate's name may be heard by their family and friends. Guests are not permitted on the arena floor or near the stage. Professional photographers are taking photos of the graduates, and these photos will be available to you in the coming days. Thank you for your cooperation.
I am pleased to read the names of the students receiving their master's degree. Receiving the degree Master of Public Health and also Medical Doctor on Saturday, May the 13th, Dave Lee Kim. Amanda Jane Naylor. Travis Brady Nielsen. Sumbal Mazur Siddiqui. Caitlin Ashley Sullivan. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Public Health, Kathleen Beaushaw. Michael Bodutch. Austin Scott Cathy. Jamie Susan Egbert. Jeanette Figueroa. Sarah Elizabeth Galick. Julie T. Nguyen. Brianna Kelly. Liana Mata. Ashley Ray McCunn. Adrian Moultrie. Elizabeth Olson. Jasmine Pacheco. Abigail Bet G. Plum. Samantha Price. Thruti Turaga. Cristobal Dominguez. Katrina McNew. Christina Pascon. Emma Isabel McManaman, also receiving the dual degree with MSW in social work. Also receiving a dual degree in public health and social work, Siobhan Ann Colleran. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Healthcare Administration, Michael Avila, Kasha Balick, Fabian Nicholas Becerra, Lupita Cahew, Michael Drew, Amy Stephanie Espinoza, Frazil Gandhi, Ramsha Kanwal, Jaskiran Kaur, Karina Monarez, Elizabeth Gwynn Monica, Viviana Wynn, Natalia Joanna Paris, Julie Quigley. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Clinical Research Methods and Epidemiology, Naalijua Jack Monongi. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Dietetics, Tierra Lynn Crone, Bridget Virginia Kunkel, Juliana Ryan Manjardi, Kendall R. Polzip, and Alexandria Victoria Reyes Smith. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Exercise Science, Nicholas Wilfred Davis, Dominica Dembica, Madison Rose Jones, Bianca Rose Montesinos, Elizabeth Virginia Moravec, Caitlin Janet Mulig, Sarah Taylor Music, Christopher William Pra, Alana Andrea Ratuz, Bethany Rose Vainstock, Cindy Williams, Nana Amin Asante Apitu, Emma Joan Dunderdale, and Leia Mohammed Zayden. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Health Informatics, Neelam Gopinath Balasubramanian. Congratulations. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Medical Laboratory Science, Lucas Alexonis, Shukri Jamel El-Khatib, Jonathan Rafael Hernandez, Freddie Magallanes, Salvatore Manrique, and Afika Yildiz. Now let us congratulate all of the master's degree graduates.
The candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health will now be presented. Dean Morato will make the recommendations to the president, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree from the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health please rise? President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degrees Bachelor's of Science in Exercise Science, Healthcare Administration, and Public Health. The candidates have fulfilled all of the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of our university, I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degrees for which you have been recommended. And as a sign of your new academic status, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.
The candidates for baccalaureate degrees will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Dr. Kathleen Bobe, Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs and Development, Interim Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, and Professor of Health Informatics and Data Science, will read the names of the candidates. Candidates who have not been taken out of their rows may be seated.
For the Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, Elizabeth Ashley Caldwell. Georgia Grace Bernstein. Lindsay Maya Ahern. Miller May Tennant. Caitlin Dolores Clifton. Ryan J. Conway. Olivia Alexis Dimitri. Jonathan Durbu. Brianna M. De Clementi. Samantha Faye Diaz. Monica A. Glowacki. Orla Carolyn Godley. Jisoo Kang. Kara Carbars. Olivia Grace Nab. Clara Elise Marks. Miranda Brooke Mishno. J. Thomas Miller. William S. Mottram. Kirsten Callie Pelican. Luz Angelica Pena. Ali Ramatula. John Walter Rapp. Alexander Ristich. Roberto Xander Rivera. Maggie Ann Roski. Caitlin Rosalinda Rueca. Caitlin C. Tarpey. Mark Tereas. Abby Gephardt. Marley Francis Waller. For the bachelor's degree in healthcare administration, Zoa Ali. Amanda Elizabeth Alvarado. Ruman Akil. Radhika Aurora. Joshua Ramon Alexander Boulange. Estathia Dimitri Diamond. Hallie Ducharme. Farah Allah El-Humaidi. Ashley Hage. Vasilios Janinas. Kurian Joy. Tsunami Rochelle Heaton. Verena Khalil. Melanie Boswell Lampa. Sydney Ann Marshuka. Jordan Ariel McLean. Jalpa Mehta. Adriana Monares. Natalie Pubajan. Abhishek Patel. Virat Samish Patel. Savannah Rankin. Amal Sandid. Ria Shah. Faiza Sheikha. Minha Siddiqui. Liam Thomas. Sydney Tracy. Laura Trin. Laura Maria Yaku. Nina Zhang. For the degree of Bachelor's of Science in Public Health, Yvonne Avila. Georgia Elizabeth Deere Baker. Ellen Beach. Sophia Isabella Britton. Elizabeth Grace DiLoretto. Abigail Doyle. Sarah Eso. Kimberly Garcia. Madeline Rose Graybow. Joaquin Ivan Guzman. Iadaka Irumadoman. Shailen Saji Jean. Olivia Bell Larson. Michaela Lees. Tiana Nikolic. Sydney Leanne Ross. Maya Victoria Reutman. Sarah Trinidad Shaidez Ruiz. Naomi Shaw. Sofana Shrisik. Rose Thornquist. Zachary Wilder. Ainsley Glenn Pugh. Congratulations. Please give all of them a hand.
Congratulations to the class of 2023 of the Parkinson School. One more round of applause, please. It is now my privilege to introduce Dr. Terry Northcutt, Director of the Doctor of Philosophy program in the School of Social Work.
Our doctoral students graduating were hooded yesterday at the ceremony for the graduate school, but I would like them to stand while I read their dissertation title. Margaret Ann Paw. Let's see. 1 second. Library Social Work Barriers and Facilitators to Practice. Congratulations. Tia Freely. Perceptions of the grant decision-making process, a phenomenological study of grant makers and grant seekers who focus on Black urban youth violence in Chicago, Illinois.
The candidates for master's degrees from the School of Social Work will now be presented. Okay, that's good. Dean Marley will make the recommendations to President Reed, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the School of Social Work please rise? President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Social Work. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Social Work and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois, and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of our university, I confer upon you the master's degrees for which you have been recommended. And as a sign of your new academic status, don your hoods and congratulations.
The candidates for master's degrees will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Dr. Christy Mason, Assistant Dean for Master of Social Work Programs, will read the names of the graduates. Candidates who have not been taken out of their rows by the marshals may be seated again.
Receiving the MSW degree, Julie Acevedo. Patricia Aguilar. Rachel Examet. Cynthia Sitlali Alcala. Madeline Ann Alt. Julieta Alma Alvarez. Ashley Amboise. Owen Anderson. Mia Antzak. Aisha Arij. Emma Lynn Bairstow. Laura Bartz. Sally Bass. Andrea Bowerly. Allison Nicole Bain. Constantina Hellis Argumedo. Elizabeth M. Bodoin. Julianne Bolyor. Anya Beelin. Adarina Betheshu. Guadalupe Blanco. Eric John Blank. Melina Boone. Kenzie Rose Brazali. Julia Anne-Marie Browning. Elliot Ezra Bruger. Marcelo Burbano. Conrad James Burgart. Aiden Lee Burnside. Annette James Butler. Ellen Bush. Rory Butzer. Ernie Miguel Calderon. Sandra Helena Castaño. Vanessa Castagnan. Molly Charpentier. Daniela Chavez. Isaac Cho. Catherine Isabella Clifford. Erica Cole. Asia Kaylin Collins. Haley Ruth Connor. Oscar Corral. Megan Ray Cully. Devonte Jermail Davidson. John Thomas Diarvel. Christopher Dronin. Amy Elizabeth Duggan. Helena Adair Ames. Rain Marie Erickson. Carmen Milagros Esquilin Cordero. Dylan Matthew Fahum. Rayleigh Fernandez. Raniel R. Fogel. Kennedy Emmeline Ford. Claire Elizabeth Frank Carr. Celia Joy Fratiani. Anne Elizabeth Folk. Wanda Noemi Gallego Roach. James Buckley Galloway. Jack Stratton Guerra. Brittany Garcia. Christian Garcia. Devin Cisneros Garcia. Ariel Fleenery. Liliana Rose Giotti. Jamie Susan Glass. Erica Gomez. Limaris Gonzalez Perez. Yisroel Goodman. Cindy Nicole Griperis. Sarah Charlotte Griffin. Sarah Edna Grace Griffiths. Sarah Grossman. Jonathan Warner Gladding. Jordan Lee Hack. Leslie Ann Hansen. Kayla Jensina Harlan. Kevin Harris. Parker Harris. Kaya V. Hawk. Catherine Margaret Haynes. Haley C. Hellner. Emily Hernandez. Marianne Velith Herrera. Maricela Herrera Lopez. Hannah Michelle Holman. Lauren Elizabeth Honkamp. Catherine Hook. Kimberly Therese Hooley. Jillian Howard. Anna Huizinga. Jordan Houston. Sarah Eisenberg. Darren Jane Ishibashi. Emun Zara Joffrey. Megan Lee Japsik. Claire Ann Johnson. Sarah Catherine Johnson. Yoli Rose Jones. Megan Ann Jones. Lauren Gabrielle Juarez Duran. Julia Kariotsis. Angel Michelle Kellark. Katie Ann Kerrigan. Maheen Katiha. Laura M. Kiernan. Chad Kingsbury. Lynn Gay Kleinberger. Isabella Koptic. Jillian Kornack. Alana Gabrielle Corzonas. Alexandra Kulak. Delaney Rose Lawrence. Olivia Aaron Lazarus. Kelsey Lee. Riley Elizabeth Lewers. Matthew A. Leva. Tracy Renee Listner. Kristen Marie Lally. Sanibeth Lopez de Valle. Catherine Marie Lutz. Caroline Louise Ludeking. Anna Lundeen. Lisa Macias. Natasha Sophia Mahmood. Katie Marie Melcherek. Madeline Grace Malloy. Gabriel Emily Marcachilli. Emmy Isabel Marin. Rebecca Sue Marinero. Mackenzie C. Mas. Narcisse Mastival Portillo. Margaret Lee May. Eric C. Mayer. Taryn Mayer. Valerie Altia McKeon. Hannah Elizabeth McKercher. Martha Brigitte McKinley. Isamar Medina. Fallon Lexi Milul. Anna Cullen Miller. Sonia R. Mistry. Elise Joy Mollering. Eliana Monurez. Camille M. Morhan. Durley Azenith Morley. Julia Elizabeth Morrow. Hannah Mosher. Zoe Ariella Nassif. Carla Sophia Nazaro. Julie Nelson. John Gunther Neifer. Kirsten Deanna Nickel. Shannon M. Obed. Madeline Ortiz. Emily Osborne. Camilla Ann Clark O's. Veronica Ann Ott. Jeanette Padilla. Ashley Elizabeth Oyer. Jacqueline Lauren Edie Perel. Marisol Perez. Elizabeth Perez Velasco. Madeline Peterson. Sophia Maeve Phillips. Alyssa Jean Pierce. Rita May Sushmita Pillay. Michael T. Pope. Madison Haley Posner. Jessica Rose Racine. Guadalupe Rivera. Evelyn Jasmine Rodriguez. Adora Isabella Roman. Noemi Rosales. Jarrett Ross. Nancy Johanna Sandoval. Elaine Santos. Julia Mary Santucci. Daniel Charles Schaefer. Madeline Reed Schneider. Carissa Schrade. Kara Angela Scott. Darius Scott. Fenna Marie Simkin. Margaret Sempervivo. Alina Sapansky. Megan Shanahan. Haley Michelle Shapiro. Natasha Slavin. Dermot Smith. Tashina Rose Smith. Ava Soto Ortega. Charles Stearns. Catherine Jane Steckety. Gabriella Silva Stern. Jacob Stone. Brittany Nicole Strelitz. Sky Ryan Swaim. Kyle Swaminathan. Julia Hope Sutherland. Rachel Tassi. Olivia Rose Thomas. Silas Tyrone Thomas. Jatila Thompson. Adelisa Ternajic. Leah Rose Underwood. Imani Alamia Uwakwe. Jasenia Jasmine Velasquez. Bianca Ann Malone Verhake. Mariah Capinas Vickerstaff. Isabella Figueroa Villalobos. Naomi Felicia Villalpando. Jasmine Viacana. Julia Love Watt. Daniel Edward Weiler. Hannah Duong Y. Wutley Manoff. Shaquise Whitehead. Graham S. Whitmore. Shanice Talia Williams. Monica Wojciechowicz. Jasmine Adelia Nicole Woodall. Ashley Wright. Gabriella Zaletti. Kayla J. Zimmerman Muscovich.
The candidates for baccalaureate degrees will now be presented. Dean Marley will make recommendations to the president, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree from the School of Social Work please rise? President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Social Work. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, you probably can say this with me. Upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Social Work and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois, and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of our university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degrees for which you have been recommended. And as a sign of your new academic status, please move your tassels from the right to the left, and congratulations.
The candidates for the degree Bachelor of Social Work will now come forward as directed by the marshals to be recognized by name. Dr. Jean Sokolak, Program Director of the Bachelor of Social Work program, will read the names. Candidates who have not been taken out of the rows by the marshals may be seated again.
the candidates for Bachelor of Social Work. Amanda Amador. Lauren Appleson. Grace Elizabeth Charlotte Bergen. Emma Boatman. Monica Carrillo. Shana Castellino. Kate Elizabeth Dawson. Carly De Oliveira. Deluque DeWard. Sophia Dectiar. Mackenzie DeFiore. Yoseline Diaz Anguillero. Rebecca Durkin. Riley Fink. Jamie Finn. Kaylee Follett. Rebecca Lynn Fallis. Michaela Fuse. Marina Elizabeth Hajdukevich. Colleen Hannigan. Rochelle Hansen. Carly Kreider. Riley Michael Lenz. Claire Lewing. Mary Margiero. Kelly Marth. Jennifer Martinez. Mary Lou Martinez. Meredith Helen McConnell. Rebecca Monteza. Grant Jerome Oscarba. Audrey Rose Patterson. Chloe Persegel Flack. Sarah Price. Sean Ray. Isabella Reza. Vanessa Rodriguez. Ella Jeanette Sadowski. Samuel Schmidt. Arden Schultz. Denise Serrano. Abigail Rose Van Hatzma. Lucy Younker. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2023 graduates from the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health and the School of Social Work. Another round of applause, please, for our graduates. We will now watch a video message from the Loyola University Chicago Alumni Association.
Hi, my name is Lucas Williamson from the class of 2022, and I'm currently a professional basketball player. Congratulations on one of the greatest accomplishments in your life, your graduation. You are now officially a Loyola alumnus, and you join fellow alumni living throughout the world. So, how do we stay connected to our classmates, our peers, and our university? One of the best ways is to volunteer. After graduation, you are automatically a part of the Loyola University Chicago Alumni Association. So get involved with your regional Rambler community.
Thanks, Lucas, and congratulations to all of our graduates. My name is Nancy Andrade, and I am currently Commissioner for the Chicago Commission on Human Relations. Loyola has been your academic home for several years, and as you graduate, please know that this is not a goodbye. It is just your next step in our relationship. We can stay connected through Loyola's mentorship program, Loyola Linked. With Loyola Linked, you can mentor current students and receive mentorship from other Loyola alumni. It is a great way to share your expertise and become a mentor or even find your next job.
Thank you, Nancy, and congrats, everyone. My name is Hans Nelson, and I am the president and co-founder of Inspire 11 here in Chicago. A great way to stay in touch is to keep in contact with professors and staff or attend one of the many alumni events throughout the year. Even if you do not live in Chicago, after you graduate, there are regional Rambler communities that you can be a part of.
Thank you, Hans, and congrats, everyone. My name is Candace Moore, and I'm the City of Chicago's first Chief Equity Officer at Chicago's Office of Equity and Racial Justice. As you have heard, there are so many great ways to stay connected to our classmates, our peers, and our university. And it is so important to remain part of our community, so let's stay in touch. Let's volunteer, let's give back, let's mentor, and let's keep learning from each other. Thank you, and congratulations again on your graduation from Loyola University Chicago.
It is now my privilege to invite President Mark Reed back to the podium to provide final remarks.
Good afternoon, class of 2023. I sense this is a crowd that likes to make noise, so why don't you make as much noise as you want right now? We have already heard wonderful reflections and remarks from Maya and Megan and from Dr. Thomas. So you can take comfort that I know when to be brief. So I will simply say to you this, that you have been privileged to be part of the Jesuit educational experience that is nearly 500 years old and more than 150 years old at Loyola specifically. There's no other educational tradition in the world like it or that has been around as long as it has been around. And you are part of it. We are part of it. And so we seek to educate in you the next generation of leaders who will be capable of shaping the future with vision, justice, and charity, with a sense of calling, with concern for all of the human family. And you have received much during your time at Loyola. But remember that your education isn't just for you. It's for you to serve and to make a difference in the lives of others. And I certainly think graduates of the School of Social Work and the Parkinson School understand that as well as anyone. So go forth and embrace your futures boldly and confidently, always remembering that you are loved. We love you, your parents, family, and friends love you, and God loves you. Thank you very much. And to conclude with the blessing on our graduates, I invite everyone here but the graduates, if you are able, to please stand and join me in this blessing. You may extend an arm or both arms, both hands over our graduates and recite the blessing with me, which will appear on the screen. So graduates, may God bless you and sustain you on this, your graduation day. May the creator of this vast universe keep you safe as you go forth from this place that has nourished your mind and your soul. May the Almighty look down upon you and give you success in all your endeavors, courage in all your struggles and challenges, understanding in all that is new to you, wisdom to choose what is right and do what is good, perseverance in all you undertake, serenity, and peace in the knowledge that you are not alone, that you are loved. May the Lord of all look kindly upon you this day and forever. Amen. Congratulations, graduates. Go Ramblers!
Will our graduates please rise? It is now my privilege to invite Nicola Hosner, candidate for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Music, Interdisciplinary Honors, Magna Cum Laude, College of Arts and Sciences, to lead the community in the Loyola University Chicago alma mater. They will be accompanied by the Loyola Wind Ensemble.
To you, all praise to you, Loyola, Loyola. Voices strong, our alma mater hail. Sons and daughters everywhere,
Thank you to all of our talented musicians. Let's give them a round of applause. We ask that the audience please be seated until the recessional from the stage and the graduates have left the arena. Following the recessional, please join the graduates for a reception on the West Quad.